All right, welcome back to Thursday Night Fights. We've switched to a monthly format now. We've just been very busy with travel and things like that. And in order for me to put this out, it's just a lot easier to have monthly format now. A little bit less fatigue too, but we're still getting our work in. So, the first match here we have Jake Goddard from USMMA in the blue swirly shirt. Then we have Tom Davis from Mohawk, who actually just made his amateur debut last weekend. Is the time of me having this now. Um, Please forgive me. I messed up greatly on this one. My camera on my shirt, I took a photo instead of taking a picture, so we're not going to get the extra angles. Tom's working for his takedown. A little bit of hand fighting here. Tom actually asked for this match against Jake because Jake has gotten the better of Tom before. A little push-pull here. Some of the previous iterations of Thursday Night Fights, Jake's kind of had Tom's number, so Tom called for this match to start it off. So, because he's getting ready for a fight, we want to do that. Tom goes for a little foot sweep, doesn't get it. Lots of hand fighting here. Again, these guys have gone against each other, so they really have a feel for kind of what they try to do. Tom shoots in deep. He's working that single. Kind of gets stuck up on the wall here. Jake's looking to go over the top, but Tom's going to wrap up the double, start working. Jake's trying to use that underhook to turn Tom over. Stop his progression. Tom's right arm's the only thing that's going to be in the way here. He gets that out. Now he's going to be able to settle in on top. Holding side control. Jake's going to throw up a buggy choke here. Tom's going to get up to break it, which is good. Jake's throwing up that buggy choke in his previous iterations. It's been great for my guys because I don't really have anybody who throws that choke up, and it's been good for them to see it, be able to defend it. So as everybody's getting wise to it in my gym, Tom does too. They're back to their feet here, working. Jake's gonna shoot in for a single leg here. He's got Tom's leg. He's got him up in the air. Tom's doing a good job staying heavy on Jake so he can't finish it, and it comes back down. Try to get them off the wall as much as we can. It's hanging heavy on that tie. Tom's doing a good job staying inside on Jake here, which is making it harder for Jake. He does that again. He goes in tight. He's going to shoot. He's working for that double. Again, we do have a little bit of a system with the wall here, but Tom turns him off and finishes that double. Jake's going to look to wrap up his guard. He's in a half guard. He's kind of going for some sort of the rubber guard with a butterfly hook instead of the foot on the problem. The butterfly, it's just so hard. He's so stretched out without that left foot on the hip. It's really hard for him to get the mobility to start actually attacking. But he's doing a good job holding Tom in this position with it. And there we go. He wraps it up back for full guard. Let's see. The flexibility on Jake is fantastic. Some of the stuff that he does is so creative. He's really fun to watch. We really enjoy having him for these competitions. He brings all sorts of crazy angles and stuff to the matches, which is always fun to watch. Again, I did a real disservice by taking a photo instead of videotaping this here. And if you look, I'm staring at my phone like an idiot, thinking it's recording still. But here, Tom's going to try to break that by standing up and breaking it. He gets the guard broken. A minute and a half left here. Not too many sub attempts, which is what we're trying to go for in this format. So, kind of difficult, It's that buggy choke. Here comes another attempt, it's a buggy choke. It's something, but is it super close? It's just tough to score. Tom's going to kind of get that Dagestani handcuff there on him. Forces him to come up, and it's going to give Tom back exposure. Really good work from Tom as he's sitting here trying to look to get his hooks in. But Jake's wise too. Jake's not letting him. But Tom's going to grab the rear naked choke and he's going to get up on the back. Oh, this is tight. This is tight. Jake's pulling down. Jake's tough tap too, so it's gonna be good to get him. And there we go. There is the tap. Wow. Tom's gets him. Kind of had to. In all honesty, if Tom's gonna call his shot and say, "Hey, I'm coming for the submission," you better finish it. There's no question about that. So, great job by Tom. Good start. All right, and here we are next up to the mat. We've got Derek Hoffman out of USMMA, in their blue American flag swirled rash guard, and then we have our own Mohawk white belt. We have Rob Sears here. There's a size advantage here for Rob. There's no doubt about it, but Rob's fun. Rob has some of the best matches with everybody. He just has a really great style to work against and stuff. So here we go. They're gonna get after it. Yeah. No, it's not really a slam situation, Working in a bunch of the headlock here. Rob gives up the back of his head. He gets it back though. Just a lot of hand fighting in here. Trying to get a position, but Rob gives up the back of his head again. Derek's just gonna hang on here, as he should. But Rob's again gonna break out. Really, he's gotta stop letting him get over his head, though. It's gonna eventually it always comes back to bite you. You don't want to give up that position. Jake goes for a quick little trip here. Rob tries to throw him, misses the trip, but again he gives up the back of his neck. Derek's gonna drag him down. Rob shoots in. Kind of leaves himself forward. Yeah, that's gonna be a quick tap on that one. Yep, there we go. There it is. Shooting in for that double. He didn't bring his posture, so he really got extended when Derek fell back, and that's just going to be the finish on the submission there. That'll be all she wrote for Rob. Great win by Derek. Derek's another one he's actually a really good submission attacker, so it doesn't surprise me. Right, next up to the mat, we have Max Goreham in the red trim and the black. He's from Mohawk versus Jack Reggio, who is out of Ground Control out of Owings Mill, Maryland. Jack slipped in at the end here. We had a late minute pull out, so he filled in the last minute. He's actually a purple belt, so he's kind of against the rules here. So he takes on Max in the first round here. Max has won this multiple times, so Max is game for it. Max likes the challenge, but here they are as they start getting psyched up and everything. Max has a nice little routine where he likes to circle around and dance around, getting people's head. Start circling out here to start getting the attacks going. And the fight for the over-under begins. Head position is going to end up being key here. Max is a little bit bigger than Jack. Jack brings the skill and experience. He's a very recent purple belt, and it's a great job by Max getting around, covering his back there for a second. Jack does a good job elevating and getting his hips back, but Max gets the side control pretty well. Doing a good job here. Trying to just fight through. He's stepping over for that mount. and he's gonna get to that. Yeah, he's gonna get to that mount on Jack. I mean, that's no easy task. It's a good pass by Max. There's no doubt about it. He's looking for it early, but here we go. Jack gets in, starts getting his butterflies involved. He's starting to look to elevate a larger opponent, which is good. And here he is, and then again, yeah, Jack's butterfly guard is he's good. He's Max feels that and says, you know what, I'm going to stand up, but Jack's going to start wrestling up. He's on that single, and he's going to snap Max down. Max goes for the guillotine, but if you notice, Jack does a really good job keeping his base back when he hits the mat. He doesn't fall forward like Rob did in the last match. Rob fell forward, and Jack fell backwards, so that submission attempt wasn't much, and that's just a nifty little back take there. You know, that's why the color on his belt is purple, friends. That's being able to take the back like that. That's smooth and that's slick, and just the perseverance. Max came out really strong at the beginning of the match. Oh, he's starting to set him up for. Yep, he's starting to go after his neck. Yeah, that's tight. That looks like he's gonna be under it. Yeah, there's the tap. That was a really good attempt again. Really game effort from Max. Max has nothing to shy away from that. You know, Max is pretty close to being a purple belt. We really want him to go and win another white belt tournament before we promote him up to blue. But he's right there, and Jack just got his purple belt. And again, you know, you can see that little bit, like Max came out with a strong game plan, did a good job against Jack at the beginning, but Jack kind of weathered the storm and found his spot here to get the win. All right, and then coming up here, we have two Mohawk guys. We have JoJo Alves in the gray, Derek's in the black and red trim. Slap hands, and we're underway. Derek's looking to get a hold of JoJo. Derek really likes that mirror lock. You know, when they're standing, if he can get you to get an underhook on him. Derek's a big, strong guy, obviously. Looking for his throws. JoJo does a good job keeping his base center and low. Not engaging Derek. Stand too much. He shoots in that low single. Oh, my favorite technique. I love that low single. Derek starts working like an inverted triangle here. This is compromising for JoJo. He's gonna pop his head out. He's out. He's gonna start circling. He's over, and he floats beautifully. Doesn't get rolled as he goes through the back, and he ends up on top of him out. Just gonna start looking. Isolate. Derek looks to go out the back door. He's gonna leave himself in that triangle, and JoJo switches to the arm bar, brings the head over, and there's your tap. Nice, slick submission from JoJo. Derek got caught on that back door. I love it, but yeah, it was. You could see Derek there saying, like, I thought he was out. I thought his elbow was out, and it was for a second, and JoJo pulled it right back into the line and got the tap. So great submission from JoJo. here we go. We're back with an exhibition match between Jake Goddard in the blue and Rob Sears in the black dark shorts.
Yeah, swirly dudes in here.
Touch hands are going to get started underway again. Here we go.
You think you're both on the ground, all of a sudden they're like
Fighting in here.
Oh, nice, Rob. That was a nice
Rob has the size advantage. Jake's one of the small guys. He goes for that little foot sweep. That was really nice. For a big guy, instead of using the power like he was trying to with Derek, he just kind of blocks the foot and catches him off balance. Here comes Jake doing a good job with that knee shield and attacking angles. Again, these USMMA guys are very, very creative. They're both only white belts, high-end white belts, but they're both white belts, and they bring a lot of questions to the table. That's been really, really beneficial for our guys, and I'm sure it's been beneficial for them too to see attacking openings, and they go for them. It's a real treat to have these guys in here. As Rob continues to work. Rob's trying to work into that side control. He has to beat that knee, that inside knee, so they can get to side control. Because Jake's holding in. Here he goes. He sits through and he gets it. Jake's gonna look to throw up for the buggy choke again. Rob seems pretty wise. Plus, Rob's a big, wide body. It makes it much, the angle for that is much harder for Jake as he's trying to do it. But he has other ideas here. Oh, look at this. He goes to bridge to roll him over Rob. Forehead post, but he comes up the front headlock with a really slick transition. Again, from Jake. Really great job. Rob's going to try to drive that double. He tried to drive too straight, and Jake's going to hang on. He's going to go for that back take. This is in the balance here, really, because Jake's at that tipping point. His left arm under Rob's armpit there is what's keeping him on Rob's back. So that's the real thing to watch. And Rob kind of pulls him through, and then see now Rob's able to start. Rob's not in danger of giving up his back anymore. He gets to start to work on top. He's trying to dive into that guard, passing it in half guard. He's trying to pass that knee through. His right leg's still there, but half guard isn't a terrible place to be as long as you're not under Kimura attack, which you are. So Rob's gonna have to deal with the threat of that as well. Jake goes under. His hips are over Rob here. Rob he's using his size here. He gets that right arm under the armpit, which again really limits Jake's mobility, but Jake dumps him back down, does take his back. Not full hooked, but he's on it. He's hanging out. He's starting to work over the top here for a triangle attempt. Rob's doing a good job blocking that bottom leg from coming through. And he's going to get out here. Just start taking top position.
He's very slow and technical too. He plays that he doesn't make mistakes. Really.
Jake's sitting there. Jake's got good posture control on Rob, so it's really hard. He's going to sit in for this guillotine here. He's working that guillotine. He's the Rob pops out. Good, Rob's out. But Jake's a dog. He sits right in. He sits in for the guillotine, but Rob kind of rolls him in a side control. That Von Flew attempt is probably there, but Rob's going to go to mount instead. He's still going to just use it to mount a break, and he's trying to go for his good old patented arm triangle here. This is a Rob finishing classic. Rob's finished a lot of people with his head and arm. Jake's gonna, sit up and do the leg loop defense. Try to get his shoulders, help get his shoulders off the mat, which really changes Rob's finishing angle. This position here, switch it for the Rotolitine is actually a really good option. I'm not necessarily sure that Rob's fully aware of that submission yet, but there we go. Jake's gonna scramble. Rob's gonna stay on top, but no, there we go. Good job by Jake. Oh, Rob's on a Kimura now, though. Oh, he left his arm for him. There's only about 6 seconds left. He's going to put it up behind his back. Oh, my God, he gets the tap. With about 6 seconds left. That's crazy. Wow. Crazy finish for Rob. Didn't see that one coming. A little bit against the run of play. Rob was in the top position, but he wasn't getting too many close submission attempts, and that was fantastic. Good job by Rob. Well fought match, all the way. Right, and now we're back with another one of the consolation matches here. We've got Derek Freedline in the all-black. Max has the shoulders that are kind of floral on his black rash guard there. Goreham at the back of his shorts. There we go. He's going to circle around. He's going to go right to Derek's back. These are two of the larger guys at the gym. He's going to do a nice little trip. He's going to start looking to take Derek's back right away. Max is on him. There we go. Max is kind of working. He works up to a mount on Derek now. Derek's on the hip, so he's not, he's doing something right there. He's getting on that hip. Max is going to start working on his arm, though. He didn't get his frames inside enough. Max is going to sit back for this arm bar attempt here.
They're up there.
Derek's trying to get back over to his knees, get his chest down, try to build up so that he can get up. But eventually, here we go. Max is going that patented switch to triangle attack. Derek's got a big ass neck, big ass shoulders, so it's going to be pretty difficult. Max locked it in though. Oh, there's the tap. Wow, that's really impressive that he got that triangle. I know Max is tall and he has long legs, but yeah, I haven't even come close. I tried to triangle Derek. I can't get my legs close. So that's a man with some dangerous long legs right there, and Max, he gets the win. Right. And we're back now, starting up the semifinals of our Thursday night fights here. We have Derek Hoffman in the blue, Tom in the grayish shorts. These two have had several matches against each other too. Unlike with Jake, Tom's gotten the better of Derek a couple times, especially at the last minute. He got him with a Von Flue choke, and that's a that one haunts Derek a little bit as we talk about it sometimes. So they're very evenly matched though. That Von Flue choke came with like 10 seconds left, I think, or something like that, in a match that was kind of going Derek's way. So here we are as they hand fight, and Look to see who's going to set the tone with the takedown. Tom tries that little quick judo throw. Derek's wise to it with a good balance. Derek has the underhook and a collar tie. He's going to use that for the trip to bring him into that front headlock. He tries to pull Tom down into a guillotine, and Tom kind of just pops up, and they're back on their feet. That collar tie again. Tom snaps down drive, but Derek stops him. Derek's going to start grabbing him, working for that neck. He's going to try to swing to the back, but I think he held on to the head too long. He ends up kind of getting knocked over. And now he gets to play a little bit of his guard, which he's not afraid of. He's going to reach up and grab a hold of Tom's neck here. Trying to slow down Tom, but holding his neck actually brings him in. Yeah, holding his neck actually is pulling him onto him, which is kind of the opposite of what he wanted to do there, and Tom ends up in mount. Tom's looking to isolate. Derek does a really good job. See, his elbow is like inside Tom's knee always. He does a really good job keeping his arms on the inside to not get isolated. He's going to move around, start shrimping. He's going to end up putting Tom back in half guard. Yeah, keeps reaching up over Tom. He's looking for, like he's working for a Kimura here. He's going to go back. There we go. Now he's framing across Tom, which is going to stop Tom from coming up on him. Tom drives his hips a little bit low, and Derek's going to be able to swing that bottom leg underneath and get back to full guard here as he sits there and works on Tom, staying heavy. Tom pops his head back up. They're going to sit here and hand fight a little bit. Yeah, Tom's looking to get under the armpit, so he's probably gonna pop up, and he does. He's gonna start looking to reach back. Breaks the legs. And he's gonna go for that scoop pass. Gonna flip him over, he gets there. Derek does a really good job quickly adjusting and putting him back in a guard. That modified half butterfly guard here. He's got that knee shield on. Tom's trying to pass, though. Tom's pass. It's just the shield left, and he gets the full pass in the side control. Tom's doing a good job positionally in this match. Hasn't really gotten too many sub attempts yet. Not that Derek's were super close, but Derek has been a little bit aggressive. A little bit more aggressive attacking the submission, which again is the name of the game here. Tom's going to give up his arm again. Derek works the Kimura, but Tom gets it out. Derek realizes he's not going to get it. He bails out pretty quick. Starts looking to attack on a different angle. He knows that there's only about a minute left. You don't want to go to the judges. The whole point of the game is that we do a good job, like going for the submission. That's the whole point of this tournament. So as we sit there and continue, they're going to keep going. They're doing a pretty good job working here. Tom's on the back now, but he's running short on time. He's 20 seconds. This is a close match. This is probably like a slight edge for Derek right now. Tom's sitting there. He's working. He goes under. He's isolating on the. Yeah, he is. He's on Derek's left arm. He's gonna flip him over. He's going for the submission. Oh, he's got it short. He's up there. He's got him belly down. Oh, time runs out. That is. Yeah, that's gonna be tough. We actually declared this no win. We decided to do a 3-minute OT. It was so close. We just felt like they should run it a little bit longer, and they will. We're gonna actually give them a breather, though. We're not gonna put them right back in, so that'll give us some time to work everybody else in. And it was a mutually agreed upon decision. I didn't have that in the rules ahead of time, but that was a fun match to watch. So I'd like to see a few more minutes of it, and everybody else agreed. So that's just what we're going to do. Okay, and we're back with our second semifinal match. We have JoJo Alves, Mohawk guy, versus Jack Reggio. JoJo's a white belt. Jack's purple belt. JoJo's a wrestler. Jack's an anti-wrestler. It's a tough draw for JoJo. Jack's a tough draw for everybody. Jack tries to shoot in. He kind of sits down. JoJo does a good job spinning to his back, holding control here. Not in a rush to do anything. You know, the wrestlers are really good like that, where they're like, they know how to float over somebody who's not moving. So JoJo does a good job because he's sitting here looking how to attack. Jack's doing a really good job not giving any levers, and eventually waits for JoJo to be in the right place, and he rolls him into his guard. That's the experiences. Jack's trying to set up that triangle by bringing his left knee in, and there it is. There it is. There it is, locked. JoJo's going to sit. And JoJo's going to tap. That is a tough draw. Again, Jack does a really good job waiting patiently for JoJo to make his mistake, and he pounces on it. And this is how the match is supposed to go. But nonetheless, you have to get it done, and that was a good triangle from Jack. Here we go. We're going to switch in. This is the extra 3 minutes that we're going to put on the clock for this match here. Try to see if we can get a submission or just a more decisive winner of the round. Tom goes for the ankle pick. Derek stays strong, stays tall, doesn't let him in. They fight in the clinch. Derek's on the inside here. Tom lets him get on the inside a little bit. That's something that Tom did well against Jake, was he stayed on the inside. He's fighting for it. Derek's good at keeping the inside in these standing engagements, but he's going to take that hard whizzer and look at that beautiful little trip throw. Right in, he's trying to lock in some version of an anaconda. Tom does a good job getting the 2-on-1 and bringing it back to the feet. Really, really nice job from Tom here. Good response from Tom, but great aggression from Derek. That takedown's powerful. It's a score. Tom shoots in, he gets the leg. Derek gets to his neck. Tom never really brings his hips all the way in on that takedown. Derek's gonna make him pay for it by getting heavy on him and staying on his back here. Tom's trying to fight that angle out. He's blocking, doing a good job blocking Derek from connecting his hands, so he's not in super danger from any of the offensive attacks. And Derek's doing a really good job here of, there he goes, he's going to swim to the back. swim to the back and start working on Tom's neck. Derek did a really good job. What I was saying was Derek was doing a really good job not overcommitting to anything. Tom was kind of back, and if Derek went for the submission, I think he might have given something more up. Here Derek is on Tom's back, and he's looking to get that arm out, like a Kimura almost. He's trying to bring that out. And he's got his whole body over Tom, so it's his whole body really yanking on Tom. But Tom gets his head back to center line and does a good job here as he gets out and escapes. Tom's in top position. You know, looking to settle in.
Just like put your hands there, you know.
Derek gets that 2-on-1 to really slow Tom down. Tom's looking at the back, but his arm's on that wrong side of Derek's head here. Derek's making sure it stays there with that hard 2-on-1 grip. Tom does a good job keeping his base backwards. He gets his arm out. Now he's going to look at Derek's back.
30 seconds.
Derek, again, doing a really good job staying tight, not allowing. So he's using that elbow to flare out. You can see on the other side of the screen, use that elbow to flare out. Tom's going to try to swim to the back, but Derek's going to capture that leg and start taking him down. A little short on time here. And Derek's finishing on top. It's still really, really difficult to get. There's going to be a time. A really difficult one to score. Just felt like Derek just had a little bit more in that second, a little more attacks than Tom. Tom had some good positions, but never really was working towards any submission. So Derek's going to get the win on that, and he's going to head to the finals, which is great. These USMMA guys are so talented, and they keep getting stuck, not getting out of the semifinal round. So it's nice. We're going to have one of them going through to the finals. Unfortunately, he's going to run into the fill-in purple belt. But who knows? See what we can do. Maybe make that big jump. Tell Tom Hafers he's got to say, hey, listen, this guy's legit purple belt. I tapped him out. Maybe I should be going blue soon. But here we are. We got an exhibition match with JoJo and Max.
Wants his three.
Max
He won the
is
last one.
solid competitor. Does not like losing, especially in the first round. Even
Don't push him into the wall.
So he's happy to get back on the horse. JoJo's going for guillotine here. He's got Max's neck. The height is really going to help him get underneath JoJo's neck. JoJo shoots a double leg. Max rolls him right over. He holds that. He's going to start attacking. Some sort of weird crucifix position here. He gets a hold of JoJo's head. JoJo's still in the single. He could turn the corner. Max wrestled a little bit too at Colorado State. But JoJo does a good job fighting through Max's counters and gets a look at his back. Got a little high. And
Max did that like perfect buck.
Just
as he was transitioning, he just shimmied him just enough to keep him high.
Turns JoJo's good fortune into bad fortune. He's in mount here. Max is going to sit there and start smothering him. Yeah. JoJo's doing a good job working to his hip. Again, that's the bread and butter. Keeping his elbows tight. He's got that knee up. JoJo's gonna look to get his knee in there. He's gonna make more space where he has to push his ankle away. He's gonna start rolling over though. Oh, he's gonna roll over. He's gonna get Max's back. Which Max doesn't need any help getting to good positions, but when you give it to him like that, he's gonna certainly take advantage. He's gonna go from the back mount to the mount. Looks like he's isolating for head and arm. Trying to work himself through here. He's staying on it. JoJo's using the good old basic answering the telephone defense. It's in mount and
Tap.
Max is
Got him with a smoke.
tap. Yeah, that was tight. That the answer to the telephone works for only so long. But with Max staying in mount, it makes it really difficult for him to for JoJo to actually buck him off or go to some of those more tried and true escapes. So that's gonna be it. That's gonna be the night for JoJo. But Max is nobody be ashamed to lose to. Max wins more than he loses. That's for sure. And here we go. Derek Hoffman from USMMA. He is representing USMMA. And Jack Reggio is at Ground Control in Owings Mill, Maryland. But Jack's moving back this month, so he'll be part of Connors and Mohawk. We're excited to have him. But here we go. They're working the hand stuff. This is Derek's moment. Derek is the underdog here. Doesn't have much to lose. He really doesn't. He always is kind of a guy who attacks where Jack takes that single leg and just kind of rides him high. Uses it to take him down. Derek's stuck. Jack's using that knee wedge. He's really gonna take his time passing this, but he's going to end up inside control, and Derek doesn't have much of a way to regard him because his hips are facing away, and Jack's keeping him that way, so he has to give up back or a mount, and he ends up giving mount here. Yeah, really slick stuff. Jack's a slick guy. Every time when he comes back into town, there's a little trick that he has that I'm like, oh, look at that. Thanks for sharing, bud. And he's sitting there, he's using that gift wrap to keep Derek in place. He's working up. He's gonna go to the back. He's gonna flatten Derek out. That's not a good place. That arm is sneaking through. Derek's trying to fight, but there's the tap, and there's the win from Jack. Your Thursday night fight winner. First place trophy goes to the Jack Reggio. Not much of a surprise. The purple belt wins the tournament for blue belts and under. But it's great experience for everybody involved, to be honest. So lots of stuff you get to see on tape. It's always good. And it looks like I'm a liar. Right when I said JoJo Alves is out or done for the night, he is not. He wants a piece of Jake. Yeah, this is a fun. They're similar sized. JoJo has the wrestling advantage. Jake has probably the submission advantage, but JoJo's a dog, so he'll go for it. You know, he'll go for it when he gets in the mat, when he gets into his groove.
Yeah.
He's gonna sit here and snap Jake's neck down and look to attack it. Jake's gonna back out. We're back. Mercy grip, collar tie. JoJo not letting Jake connect to him, which is always good. JoJo's got wrist control up, but Jake goes for that snip. Quick head snap down. Then he's in the collar tie.
There's always a bigger fish.
Tying him up there even.
Somebody's got your number. Yeah, it's just somebody who always has your number. You don't have a...
Does now. JoJo the same. Little snap down. See how it balances. Balance is good. JoJo's looking at his feet. He's circling. He's trying to set something up. Trying to create some reaction, and he ends up getting the snap down. Jake does a good job standing up and getting that arm in between them. Stops it. JoJo goes for the neck, but Jake's got his driving his posture, but JoJo does a good job snapping him down. That was good work from both. Here we go. This is a good scramble. Fighting up. And JoJo has the front headlock on Derek. Jake. Sorry. Mixed up the two guys. And they're gonna break free and they're gonna reset. Here we go. We got more match. Hit the head here. These guys are putting on a pretty good pace, and they've all had like 3 matches already. So good job, Jake's. Oh, JoJo's pushing him around. So we're fighting with these collar ties here. JoJo snaps Jake down and starts to circles around to his back. And then he comes back to the front headlock. That's where he settles. He goes to swim to his back. Jake does a good job trying to roll into the guard here. JoJo's going to let him get his legs back, it looks like, and he does. In a standard seating guard position. JoJo doing a good job controlling the knees, or holding the knees, but he has to control them and move them. Instead, Jake's going to pop back up because JoJo gives him too much space. Back to the arena of wrestling. Which is JoJo's advantage.
The problem is in here, the wrestling doesn't win the round. If wrestling won the game,
now Jake's gonna shoot in. JoJo sprawls it, gets to that front headlock. He's gonna snap him down, spin around to his back. He's gonna pick him up. He's gonna put him down. I know we have to look at the other one. He's gonna look to take his back. He's gonna roll into side control. He settles. Gets up. Jake starts using that knee shield. Ooh, looks for that kind of inverted arm bar. Again, JoJo's control has his hand on the knee, which is good, but he needs to control it.
he was up 19-0 on you.
He's gonna stand back up. He gives him
If you were
space to do it.
19-0, if I was up 19-0 in a match and got arm bar,
Back in the collar tie fight.
I think that I definitely would not be doing jiu-jitsu ever.
And fourth. This one is
So angry at myself.
it's a good
But
match.
like, should have just had 16 points and chill.
JoJo's done a really good job staying out of Jake's submission game. With the turning it into more of a wrestling match. The wrestling match is good. JoJo win on points.
Get some jiu-jitsu in.
If it was a match, which is a regular match. This is a submission grappling. We're looking for submissions here. Here we go with the tie. And Jake's starting to get off now. Jake was starting to look like he has get a little second wind here. He's starting to work. Not letting JoJo push him around. JoJo's gonna shoot in. He's gonna dump Jake right down, and he's nice. And I love that my guys are nice. He just let Jake have the guard on him, and here comes that triangle. Yep. Oof. Yeah, that's tidy angle. It gets under the head. And there's the tap. He's gonna go down a triangle again, which I'm sure he's not gonna love. But sometimes it pays to be the nice guy. Sometimes it pays to be the bad guy. In that situation, it looked like JoJo kind of let up when he should have kind of went after it. And then he gets in that guard, and once Jake starts firing his submission game off, he has that advantage over JoJo. But thank you for watching Thursday Night Fights here. Again, for May, we're going to start doing it in June again. But here is Jack Reggio talking about how to get out of the triangle.
Hide this arm if you can.
Okay.
Yeah, start to work. And then posture. But keeping this guy tucked under his leg will keep your shoulder off your neck. So if you can really kind of bite his leg, then start to work to look up and get your hips underneath you. If he does get it across like this, I'll punch right to the side of his head. Posture and and his head can't fall out.
And it does no damage to the guy underneath.
Yeah. So once he gets his arm across, you're posturing, punch the side of his head, and just turn. And you can work his legs away.
Bro, fuck the double leg. I'm never shooting this thing.
Thank you again. Click like and subscribe, and see you for the June episode. Take care.